Hello, Danny.
Hello, Jesus. Our friend Cindy is texting me like mad in
He texted
regards.
you, man?
She's texting me like a crazy person.
Whoa.
Does she know that we want to talk about this laundromat?
What's that? No, she don't know.
No.
She doesn't know. I never got in contact with her.
She
since
thinks that we're going to call about some $1 million house that she's got for sale in Palmdale somewhere. So she's excited about that. I'm glad you understand that aspect of it.
Okay.
This laundromat is most famous because why?
It's most famous because of the no kid zone. And
Because there's a sign that says no children allowed.
yep, no kid
Keep
zone.
your kids on a leash.
Yeah.
Let's call Cindy.
Okay.
Here we go.
Hello?
Cindy, Danny.
Hello?
Hi, Cindy. This is Danny.
Oh, Danny, hi.
Never felt better, never had more. I'm calling on a specific space here in Palmdale, some commercial space.
Yes? Are you a broker?
I am not a broker.
Okay. It's for you?
Yes.
Awesome. What kind of business do you have?
Cindy, you are thinking about the empty space. I'm not calling on the empty space. I'm calling on the laundromat location.
Okay. On the what? On the whole location?
The laundromat.
Oh, the laundromat. Okay. How can I help you?
Well, that is what I do, coin laundries. I learned a very long time ago not to buy the business. I actually deal with landlords. So my partner and I are always looking for space that has infrastructure. You know, the gas, water, electric, it's all in the walls. It's there. It's been paid for. It's a lovely business if you know what you're doing. And I feel like we do. Got enough stores in 3 states to understand how to do good laundries. And a big portion of that is this. The inception, the way that we get into it is reaching out to agents like yourself, trying to negotiate a long-term lease in the space and retooling it, putting new equipment in. You have a tenant there, correct? Your group doesn't run the laundromat.
Correct. Yeah, that's what I'm confused. Yes.
We're going to make sure you're no longer confused in a minute. If that's a fantastic tenant, Cindy, and they pay the rent on time, we probably won't have much to discuss. However, nothing lasts forever, right? Eventually, they might come to you, hat in hand, and say, you know, we can't really pay the rent anymore. We don't want to put new equipment in. We can't really serve our customers any longer. Have a nice day. Then you call me. We'll talk terms, try to beat you up on the rent, put some new equipment in.
Awesome. Okay.
It is awesome. And I don't know how big your portfolio is, but if you find coin laundry in anywhere in California, really, and you say, you know what, this is an underperforming tenant, they're month to month, et cetera, you know the type. I don't care what kind of business it is. We have those in commercial space. If it is a laundromat, I want to talk terms with you, so save my number.
Will do. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Not at all. I'm assuming that this particular location, they are good, they're on time, they have a lot of runway remaining on the lease, and not much for us to discuss.
Yeah, it's good. She pays always in time. She pays the water of the whole building. So,
well, you can't get that from me. Good for you. But you know, if you've got a dollar store next door, they're not using a lot of water. They flush the toilets a couple times a day. It depends on the makeup. You know, the water usage for water.
The other ones don't, have like this running water all day. So yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that bad.
Laundromats are basically laundries are on par with dollar stores and nothing else.
Yeah. However, she doesn't have a new lease. So we're about to renew lease. So there is something that I need to know before renewing leases?
I'm sorry, they're about to renew their lease?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Well, I guess this was good timing. Frankly, you should go to them first, obviously, because that's your tenant and that's who you should look out for. But I don't know. You understand we've been inside of this laundromat. We are scouting this store. We've looked very closely at it, and we see a lot of room for improvement in there. And that's why we're reaching out. The equipment is just old, and maybe it's time. I don't know. But that's up to you. If the time comes, I'd like to talk terms with you and see if we can do something.
Okay, so let me understand very well. Your idea is you offer the equipment to run the business.
No. Firstly, it sounds like you speak a few languages, so I'm proud of you for that. It's not an idea. It's not a concept. It's what my partner and I do. You asked me if I was a broker. I'm not. I'm well spoken, but I'm not selling anything. Okay. I want to become your tenant. Understand?
Yeah. Now we're clear. Super clear.
I'm not a broker. I don't sell laundromat equipment. I'm not looking to come in here and fill the place with new equipment and sell it to some poor unsuspecting slob that doesn't know anything about laundromats. I'm the slob. I'm the one that wants to sign the lease with you. We are your guarantors. I want to spend $500,000 on washers and dryers and be the better tenant.
Of course. Okay.
Everything down to, look, they've got, I don't know if you know this, but this is what we've noted in this store. They have a sign that says no children.
Oh, you guys have a sign that says no children?
They have a sign in this laundromat, your tenant, that says no children allowed.
Uh-huh. You allow children?
Cindy, are you listening to me? Your tenant has a sign that says no children in the laundromat. How does that make sense to you? That's preposterous. You can't do that. That's nonsense. You're going to tell me I can't bring my kids? Okay, maybe you don't have a kids menu, but don't tell me I can't bring my kids.
Right.
I'm trying to point out how utterly preposterous the methods that they're using to run this place. There's a you know how you go to Goodwill and you get a TV for $1? Those are the TVs they have in there. They don't run the air conditioning, and it gets pretty hot in this part of California, most certainly. There's just tons and tons go tour the store. Go look. It's open. We've walked the store several times. The equipment in there is 25 years old. And if they come to you and they want a new long-term lease, you should definitely sign. Just make sure that they're going to renew the equipment.
Right. This is what I'm thinking. I mean, because although she's been a long tenant, right? However, we're not pleased how she's running the business. So, and the communication is quite hard. So we're thinking about like, okay, now I'm getting in there. So the communication is, we will need to have a good communication in order to sign the lease. So if you want to become a tenant running a business, like for this century, and that would be great. We're going to have a McDonald's on the bank.
Where the bank now we understand each other.
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to have like a very clear understanding what you're just pretending with this call. So now I have it. The whole story.
I don't buy laundromats. I'm not looking to give this. You said it was a woman. I didn't know that. I don't know who your tenant is. I haven't communicated with the operator of this business. Don't know. Don't care.
How did you get Vicky's phone number?
We walked directly into this laundromat. That's how we started. And isn't there a sign in the common area? Oh, okay. I know what it was here. There's some dude in a wheelchair, Mario, that rolls around the plaza that pretends to be security.
Yeah.
Are you aware of that?
No, he is one of our tenants.
Okay, well, that's who gave us the number.
Oh, I see. I understand. Okay.
Cindy,
Alrighty.
we're out there doing the hard work, boots on the ground. We walk into a laundromat. If it's a bright, beautiful, wonderful store with brand new equipment, the air condition is pumping, there's a nice, bright, flat screen television on the wall, and 3 attendants on roller skates taking in laundry at wash, dry, fold. Their hours are 24/7. I'm not going to call that landlord. What would I say?
Right. And then that's the other thing that I'm just like want to get under control, because the laundry gets the clients in the hallway, in the common area.
You have security
that's not
issues
okay.
because the laundromat doesn't do what we do. They don't have good working security cameras. They don't reach out to the local police department. We're going to go to the Palmdale PD. We're going to sign rights to trespass before we even take over. We have communication direct with the officers in the field. We take our security and therefore your security in the complex very seriously. I don't know if you have an Alexa or a Google Voice at your house. We put Alexas in the stores. We allow the customer to communicate. Why not? It's 2022, the last time I checked. So we use modern techniques to run the laundry. Not locking the doors automatically and all the silly stuff they did 20 years ago. That doesn't work. We eventually want to have a 24/7 running store. Look, I don't hear that we are there yet, but when the time comes, you have my cell phone number. You text me and say, we're ready to talk lease terms, and we'll do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, great. Great. I have your number. Let me discuss with the team.
This tenant has, you're telling me that they are essentially out of lease runway.
Yes.
Okay.
And the communication is hard, and we just closed the business with McDonald's, with the neighbor. So it's going to be a McDonald's. It's going to bring more traffic.
Yeah.
And we're seeking more, of course, more in the rent.
Yeah. Well,
and
there's the disconnect. I'm not going to pay you more rent because I'm going to spend the money on equipment, not rent. If you're not asking McDonald's doesn't want to be next to this nasty laundromat. They don't.
Well, they will.
They will. There's nothing they can do about it. They'd rather be next to a bright, beautiful, clean laundromat with new equipment. We look for 15-year terms, Cindy, because we are retooling the store about every 7 years. Sounds like we're ready to talk.
We're asking for $170 between net and the base rent. So are you aware of that?
So your rate of rent is $1.70 all in.
Yeah, 45 cents triple net. You know, the triple net varies.
Mm-hmm. Right? I know all about it. Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then 130 to the base rent.
Okay, base rent is 130.
Yes.
Well, you said that you're looking to increase the rent, so that's the increased price. That's what you're getting from McDonald's.
That is where is the market price.
Ah.
We're not getting McDonald's. We're not getting McDonald's. We just closed the deal because the neighbor owns the bank. But the bank, having a bank abandoned, you know, like empty, is bringing a lot of security issues. So we kind of like got together to pull this McDonald's deal together, and finally it's closed.
Cindy, so you said something very telling. You said $1.30 is the market rate. I understand what that means. That's what McDonald's pays. That's what the bank pays. That's the market rate of rent. Laundromats are just different. The reason I'm different from just about any other business, look, I don't know, a dollar store, they try to buy product at X and sell it at Y, right? We get that. We understand that. They have employees, they have management, etc. You've got a service company like, I don't know, a nail salon, and all they do is deal with employees and provide a service. We're different because in the laundromat, I'm spending massive amounts of money up front on the washers and dryers. Name another business like that where I'm reselling gas, water, electric. That's what we do. That massive upfront cost.
And then the real estate business is what we do. It's like provide the space for market-size rent.
Pretend I understand that, Cindy. I get it. If you want to keep a laundromat here and have a good laundromat, you've got to lower your sites a little bit on the market rate. I can't pay market because it's a laundry. We also do half our business on Sunday. We play catch up the rest of the week. Just the way it is. I don't know how old you are. You remember the Blockbuster video, the 50-cent Tuesdays? Because nobody rents movies on Tuesdays. It's a Friday, Saturday night thing. Well, now we've got Netflix. Things change, markets change. Laundromats are here to stay. But that rate, you have to understand. You said it yourself in this very call. Well, we're going to increase the rent for the next operator. Well, maybe you put an optometrist in there or a national chain. I don't know. We'd like to be the tenant. Do you know why I'm calling you? Do you know why I'm interested?
Why?
The infrastructure. Because the laundromat's built. The gas, water, electric, the environmental impact fees, which in California are crushing, my card's on the table. That's why I want it. But I can't be priced out of the market because I'm going to have debt service on that equipment. My monthly payment for my equipment is drugged throughout the entire lease. I don't hope to pay it off and then make tons of money. When it's paid off, it's normally at end of life and we're going to retool. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
We started with you telling me that you had a tenant.
That makes sense. So you're on your end, of course. We I don't know if you visited the shopping center like a year ago or year previous. Have you?
I don't believe so. No, we have about a 6 month.
Okay. So
our notes are about 6 months back.
It was a really mess before. It was like the security, the laundry, the market, and the barbershops. And the barbershops were like partying on the common area. So we just like did the McDonald's and the barbershops. And kind of like we just cleaning the place of, slowly but surely.
I understand.
So we haven't
Excellent.
We haven't get there to the laundromat.
Well, the last problem, the last thorn in your side, the last boat anchor that you have here is this nasty laundromat, and we would like to change that. Look, are we at the point where I'm going to send you a letter of intent? Do you want to see what we intend to do here?
Well, absolutely, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
What's your email address? You know what? You've been texting me. This is your cell, so text it to me. Just hit me with a text.
Okay.
Give us about a day, and we'll send you a letter of intent. And if anything in there makes the hair on the back of your neck stand up and you say, no, this seems nuts, just call me. We'll talk about it. I'm going to send you some before and after pictures. I want to show you what we do in our stores, and maybe we can make something happen here.
Great.
All right, good. Glad to know you.
Thank you. Appreciate the call. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
All right, so in 15 short minutes, go ahead.
So that was great.
Well, it was.
That was good work.
Thank you. I don't get excited until it's time to get excited, and really nothing has happened. I did my best, my level best to do what I do, which is introduce our team, talk about what we do and how we do it, get your foot in the door for this lease. And she went from, let's talk about the empty space to no, it's the laundromat to, they're really not great. But if you call up guns blazing and ask about the tenant, you'll never get anywhere. Hey, why is this laundromat so nasty? How come they have pictures that say no kids? That was kind of our hook, wasn't it? That was really where we got that foot in the door when I mentioned that. And she didn't really understand it. She asked if we allow kids in our stores.
I was surprised to see that sign too. Wow.
On a side note, Jesus, I'm begging you. There was so much talked about. You've got to write it down in the notes. You've got to.
Okay. Yeah, I'll write it down. I'm on my phone and I wasn't in front of the computer.
I get it. She called us back. But if that happens, You got to knock an old lady over and grab her purse and look in there for pen and paper and take notes. Don't do that.
Yeah. No, that's good, though. That's a good work, man.
Okay. Is this your first letter of intent?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to send you the LOI. I'm going to send you full instructions on how to fill it all out. Don't get squirrely. Don't go email it to her. She just emailed me her email address, so I'll put it in the notes here. We always look at this with fresh eyes. So once you put it together, we won't send it until tomorrow. That's important. Like an important term paper. Don't do it last minute. Do it a week before it's due, then look at it with fresh eyes and you say, oh man, I missed a punctuation point here, or I misspelled President Lincoln. It's the same here. This is important. And bro, at $1.30, you're already well below market rate.
So is that good?
Yeah. But we're going to be offering $12 a square foot, which is $1 a year, $1 a month, $12 a year. All right, email's on its way.
Yeah.
Ciao.
All right. Thank you.
One more thing.
Yeah.
Don't be losing sleep over this like this is your next laundromat and going in there and taking pictures and sending it to your auntie, okay? It's not your store. It hasn't happened. This is a process. This call might be the impetus for Cindy and their group to go back to that particular hard to communicate with operator and say, hey, we've got a fish on the line that wants this store. You better do something. I've seen that happen. But most important to me is understanding the way I always did with my stores. Don't get excited until it's time to get excited.
All right.
Bye.
I'll try to get some sleep tonight. All right.
Yeah, right. This is it. I mean, this is it in a nutshell, where you go from a cold call to a free laundromat, which what has in place likely $1 million worth of infrastructure there. Why would you buy a laundromat when you can bide your time and scoop one up this way? Why would you build a laundromat? Especially when environmental impact fees are, look it up. Wherever you live, are you in Dallas, Texas? Are you in LA County? TAP fees, TAP, TAP fees, environmental impact fees. All this is in my course. They don't want you to build a house in LA County because they don't want soap in the ground, environmental impact of you, your nasty self, and your ugly kids. So what do? We'll charge $5,800 for every washer that gets sunk into the ground. If you're a developer that's building 30 homes in a housing tract, you pass that on to the new homeowner. You see it in the contract. You know, this is how much it costs to build the house. The price of timber's up. This is the plumbing. This is what we charge for the roof. Did you want upgrades? Do you want hip and gables? You ever buy a new house or a used house? It's all there. A used house, you're not going to see that environmental impact fee. A brand new house, there it is. You're spending $600,000 on this house. You're not even going to notice. It's a blip. You're going to pay the bank. Over the next 30 years, you'll probably give them $10,000 for that fee. Anyway, I digress. We're getting that for nothing, for free. I've never seen an operator selling a laundromat saying, well, I'm charging $100,000 for this store because you can't build it for that. It's not the way it works. At the end of the day, this is what I do for you. I want to help. It's almost 5 p.m. on the East Coast. Got to jump on another call. If you're new, you just found me, thank you. I'm a straight shooter. Good, bad, or indifferent. Been doing this for a long time. You won't find a negative word about me anywhere. And it means the world to me because I'm here to help. Fill in the blanks for you. Get the course, Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss these lives. I never know when I'm going live. Neither do you. Later.